Chosen One changed everything in a single moment.
The Sith Lord unleashed his true power.
But Anakin was stronger.
Sidious is dead, and the galaxy will never be the same.
Anakin Skywalker had made his choice. No council orders, no master's warnings. Not even Padme's face in his mind could slow his march through the polished halls of the Senate office building. The truth had been revealed. Palpatine was the Sith Lord who orchestrated the entire Clone War, and Anakin would not allow him to escape judgment. The guard stepped forward, but Anakin's ignited blade sent them scrambling aside. Doors blasted open beneath the shove of the Force. Anakin entered without hesitation. Palpatine waited inside, hands folded calmly, as if it anticipated every step of Anakin's journey. "My boy," he cooed. "I had hoped you would come willingly." Anakin's voice shook with rage. "You're under arrest, Chancellor." Palpatine's smirk widened. "You don't want that. You need me if you wish to save her." The name he didn't speak burned hotter than any saber. Padme. Anakin's grip tightened. Every doubt returned, but he forced them down. "Your lies end now." Palpatine stood, his presence suddenly towering, suffocating. "Lies? I gave you truth. I gave you power the Jedi fear." A red blade snapped to life. Anakin lunged. Sparks showered the office as blue and red clashed, the Force bending under the collision of raw fury and ancient hatred. Palpatine moved with serpent precision, every strike a taunt. "You are nothing without me," he hissed. But Anakin felt the Force roaring through him, clear, furious, unrestrained. Every strike pushed Palpatine backward. Every block drew a snarl from the Sith Lord. There was no fear now, only resolve. He saw Padme. He saw Obi-Wan. He saw what he could become if he allowed darkness to consume him. With one devastating blow, Anakin severed Palpatine's saber hand. The Chancellor stumbled, eyes wide with disbelief that the Chosen One stood firm against temptation. "You were supposed to join me," he gasped. Anakin raised the saber to deliver justice. But Palpatine's scream ripped through the air as crackling energy erupted from his fingertips. The power of a dying surged wildly, the room exploding with lightning and shrapnel. Anakin was thrown toward the window, struggling against a blinding torrent, and Palpatine's final breath carried a whispered curse. "If I fall, the galaxy falls with me." The lightning stopped. Silence. Then distant alarms began to howl. The Sith Lord was dead, and the galaxy had just shifted into chaos. Palpatine's face twisted into something monstrous, something no longer pretending to be a chancellor. The calm mask evaporated, revealing the Sith Lord hidden beneath decades of deception. "You dare challenge the power of the dark side?" he hissed. Before Anakin could answer, Palpatine attacked with explosive speed. Red light streaked across the room as their sabers clashed, sending ripples of destructive energy through the office. Statues cracked. Columns crumbled. The very air trembled under the fury of a Sith unleashed. Anakin fought to keep his footing, blocking strike after strike. Palpatine pressed forward relentlessly, driving him toward the edge of the shattered platform. "I can save her," Palpatine roared. "I can save Padme from the death you fear." The words hit harder than any blow. Anakin staggered, doubt piercing his resolve. Padme, her smile, her breath, her life, was the reason he had come, the reason he had betrayed the Council, the reason he had nearly believed Palpatine's poison. But now he saw the truth. The Sith Lord never cared about Padme. He only cared about control. "I won't let you twist me anymore," Anakin growled, pressing back. Their blades locked. Sparks flew between their faces, one wrinkled by hatred, the other hardened by pain. Palpatine snarled, eyes burning yellow. "Without me, she dies." Anakin kicked him back, igniting the Force in a surge of strength he had always feared to use. "Without you," he said, voice steady, "she lives free." The duel escalated to a storm of power. Palpatine launched himself into the air, spinning with savage precision. Anakin countered, sending the Sith crashing into his own throne. Red and blue clashed again and again, until one final strike sent Palpatine's weapon flying. Cornered, but not defeated, Sidious raised both hands. Lightning erupted, pure darkness tearing at the room. Anakin screamed through the agony, pushing forward against the crackling storm. Every step was a choice, every breath a rebellion against fate. With one last shout, he swung. His blade cut through the lightning. Palpatine fell. Anakin stood over the dying Sith Lord, chest heaving, saber raised for the final blow, but a single word froze him in place. "Padme!" The office exploded in alarms. The galaxy had just lost its Emperor's shadows, but Anakin had no idea what would rise to claim the power left behind. The alarms wailed louder, but Anakin barely heard them. His pulse hammered at his ears, drowning out the chaos. Palpatine's last words coiled inside his skull, squeezing around his greatest fear. Padme dying. He had seen it. Her gasping for air, reaching for him, slipping away while he stood helpless. That vision had driven every reckless choice. It had led him here, to a moment where the Sith was dead, but the threat of fate still lived. "No!" Anakin breathed, his voice trembling. "I won't lose her." A shockwave pulsed out from him, uncontrolled, raw. Shattered glass rose into the air, suspended in a halo around him as if gravity itself feared to defy his will. The power terrified him, but surrendering control terrified him more. He sprinted to Palpatine's desk, tearing apart compartments with the Force until he found a hidden comm device. Files flickered to life. Classified research, Sith rituals, forbidden manipulation of life and death. His heart pounded harder. There had to be something here. A way. But each file spoke the same truth. Sidious never intended to save Padme. It had always been bait for a desperate Jedi. Rage flooded him. The glass suspended around him shot outward like a storm of blades, embedding into the walls with explosive force. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't think. He could only cling to one conviction. Padme must live. His comm link buzzed, Obi-Wan's voice coming through, strained but urgent. "Anakin, the Senate reports an attack. What have you done? Where's the Chancellor?" Anakin stared at the ruined room. The scorch marks, the smoke rising from Palpatine's lifeless body. "I stopped him," he said. "I stopped everything." There was a heavy silence before Obi-Wan's reply. "Stay where you are. I'm coming." The connection cut. Anakin shut his eyes. Obi-Wan would still see nothing but a reckless student in need of guidance. The Council would fear him more now than ever. They would never believe his intentions. They would take Padme from him if they thought he was a danger. Footsteps echoed from the corridor. Troopers responding to the alarms. Anakin ignited his lightsaber once more, the blue glow fierce against the smoke. "If the galaxy stands in my way," he whispered, "then the galaxy will fall." Sidious struck with ferocity almost impossible to follow, but Anakin no longer tried to follow. He simply endured. His defenses became immovable, his strikes devastating. Every clash shook the Senate office, as if the Force itself were reacting to the Chosen One awakening. Palpatine understood, finally, what the prophecy truly meant. Not balance through darkness, but balance through his destruction. "You cannot defeat me." Sidious shrieked, summoning a torrent of lightning that exploded through the chamber. Statues melted, marble scorched black. Anakin held his ground. The Force surged through him like a star-gone supernova. He absorbed the pain, twisted it, and hurled it back in a massive wave that cracked the window behind them. Palpatine stumbled, the first sign of fear breaking through his mask. "Anakin, listen to me. If you kill me, the Jedi will turn on you. They already have." Anakin growled, his voice carrying raw anguish. "But I won't let fear control me any longer." He charged. Their blades met in a rapid, violent blur, until Palpatine's saber spun through the air, severed from his grasp once more. The Sith Lord reeled backward, cloak torn, face twisted with hate and desperation. The Chosen One stood over him, no hesitation, no doubt. Anakin thrust out his hand. The Force roared. Sidious was lifted from the floor, choking as invisible power crushed around him. "Please," he gasped, terror overpowering arrogance. "Think of Padme." Anakin's eyes blazed. "I am..." He slammed Palpatine down with earth-shaking force. The impact silenced the Sith Lord forever. The alarm stopped. Smoke curled around Anakin's feet as he stared at his trembling hands, unsure whether they had saved the galaxy or doomed it. He had won. But victory felt like the beginning of something far worse. Outside, the Senate erupted into panic. Clone troopers surrounded the building. Jedi Masters were already en route. Anakin stood alone in the center of the devastation, the most powerful being in the galaxy, with no one he fully trusted. He turned toward the shattered window, breathing heavy. A shuttle was incoming. Obi-Wan was here, and everything would change again. The announcement hit the Senate like a seismic blast. Chancellor Palpatine was dead. The capital city erupted. Senators flooded out of chambers, demanding answers. Some believed it was a separatist attack. Others whispered the unthinkable, that a Jedi had murdered the leader of the Republic. Security holos flickered violently as surveillance feeds from the Chancellor's office were seized by the military. Rumors spread faster than truth ever could. And in the middle of it all stood Anakin Skywalker, alone, surrounded by smoke and broken marble. Obi-Wan arrived first, leaping through the shattered window. His gaze swept across the destruction before landing on Anakin. What happened here? Anakin hesitated. Every answer felt dangerous. He was a Sith Lord, Anakin finally said, voice strained. Darth Sidious. He manipulated everything, the war, the Senate, the Jedi. Obi-Wan's face paled. For a moment, pure horror replaced doubt. If that's true, he tried to turn me. Anakin continued. I stopped him. The weight of those words delivered a new storm. Obi-Wan glanced toward the hallway as clone troopers advanced, rifles raised, unsure who the enemy was now. We must tell the Council, Obi-Wan insisted. They'll need proof. The Senate will demand it. Proof. Evidence. Politics. All the things that had dragged the Republic into corruption in the first place. Anakin clenched his fists. They should trust us without proof. Without fear. That's not how the world works. Obi-Wan said softly. Senators appeared on the balcony above, pointing, shouting accusations. Alarms wailed again. Clone armor clattered closer. Anakin's heart pounded. He stared through the chaos, seeing Padme's face in every flash of blue lights. She was still out there, terrified, unaware of what storm was swallowing their lives. We don't have time for committees, Anakin snapped. We need to end this war before anyone else dies. Obi-Wan stepped closer, lowering his voice. Then you must come with me willingly. Don't make them see you as a threat. But fear was already rising in every eye around them. Troopers aimed. Senators screamed. And the Jedi Knight who killed the Sith Lord felt the crosshairs of the Republic turning toward him. For the first time, Anakin Skywalker wondered if he had won, or if the true war was just beginning. The council chamber felt colder than ever. Anakin stood in the center, shoulders tense, lightsaber clipped but ready. The Masters watched him as if he were a stranger, not the hero who had just exposed the Sith threat. Mace Windu's voice cut through the silence. You expect us to believe the Chancellor was the Sith, Lord without proof. I saw it. I fought him. I killed him, Anakin replied. His tone was controlled, but fear trembled beneath the surface. Sidious would have destroyed everything. The Senate, the Republic, Padme. Yoda tilted his head. Fear for her, you still do. Anakin's jaw tightened. I fear the war will kill her, or what comes after. Obi-Wan stepped forward, trying to ease the tension. Masters, the situation has changed. The Separatists are leaderless. We may have a chance to negotiate peace before the galaxy collapses. Windu glared at Anakin, ignoring Obi-Wan. And why did Sidious target you? Did he offer you power? Anakin met the Jedi Master's eyes. No denial, just a raw, painful honesty. He tried to twist my fear, but I chose the light. Murmurs circled the council. Doubt, suspicion. Anakin's fist clenched. We end this war now. Order every system to stand down. Bring the Senate under Jedi protection until we establish a new leadership. Windu's expression hardened. That is not your decision to make. You took the Chancellor's life without authorization. You have destabilized the Republic. So you'd rather have let him rule forever? Anakin snapped. That is enough. Windu's voice cracked like a whip. Yoda's eyes closed with heavy concern. Much anger I sense. Dangerous, young Skywalker has become. Anger flared, bright, blinding. Dangerous. Anakin stepped closer. Palpatine was a danger. I did what none of you could. Windu's hand drifted toward his lightsaber. Your choices threatened the Order. The message was clear. They weren't grateful. They were afraid. Anakin backed away, breathing sharp and uneven. If you won't end the war, I will. Clones stormed into the room. Not at Anakin's command, but under Senate orders to detain him. And for the second time today, Anakin Skywalker found himself surrounded by those who once called him ally. The silence inside the Jedi Temple felt heavier than blaster fire. Every clone stationed across Coruscant received half of a command, then nothing. Their encrypted channels went dead the moment Palpatine fell. Protocols triggered, instincts clashed, and confusion rippled like shockwaves. Some commanders reached for their rifles, expecting the impossible order they had been warned about for years. Others stared at their Jedi generals, searching their faces for direction, not targets. The war had defined them, but what now defined the enemy? Anakin Skywalker stormed into the temple, cloak torn, face marked by the battle that changed everything. Palpatine was defeated. The Sith hidden in plain sight had finally been exposed, his manipulations cut short before his final move. But the damage remained: mistrust, secrecy, and fear embedded in every decision the Jedi Council made. Clones in the temple hallways froze as he passed, their chip programming strained, desperate for command structures that no longer held authority. The one man they trusted, the hero they admired, was all they had left to follow. Anakin sensed their fear. He also sensed a dangerous truth. If the wrong voice rose first, war would erupt again, this time between comrades. He ignited his lightsaber only long enough to command attention. The Sith tried to turn you against us. That ends now. Stand down. The war will end, but we decide how. Whispers traveled through the ranks like an unspoken vow. But in the council chamber above, debate burned hotter than Mustafar's lava. Some Jedi demanded the clones be restrained and disarmed immediately. Others insisted the troops had proven loyalty through every battle. Without hope, paranoia took root. Commander Cody called in from Utapau, reporting that General Kenobi had gone missing. Last seen falling from a cliffside in pursuit of Grievous. A broken signal. Uncertainty. Panic. As transmissions crackled across the galaxy, every clone waited for direction. Every Jedi waited for betrayal. And Anakin Skywalker realized that one wrong word could ignite a new war. A soft alarm wailed. A new transmission forced its way into every helmet. And for the second time in one day, everything changed. Padme Amidala stood on the Senate balcony, the night sky of Coruscant glowing beneath her. Only hours had passed since Anakin Skywalker slew Darth Sidious and revealed the Sith's deception to the galaxy. The Republic was without a Chancellor, without leadership, and the Jedi were scrambling to restore control. Yet all Padme could think about was Anakin, the man she loved had saved the galaxy. But at what cost his soul? She replayed the Senate announcement in her mind. Anakin stood firm, declaring the war must end immediately, and the clones must not follow corrupted orders. His voice carried power, conviction, and something darker beneath. Padme felt pride. He had destroyed the greatest evil in the galaxy, but fear curled through her chest. Every senator who challenged him seemed to falter under his gaze. His presence and force felt like a storm barely held at bay. When she reached their apartment, Anakin was already waiting. He removed his cloak, revealing bandaged wounds from the battle with Sidious. But his eyes burned brighter than ever. "I had to do it," he said, almost pleading. The Jedi couldn't stop him. The Senate was blind. "I did what no one else could." Padme stepped closer, resting her hand on his chest. "I know, you saved us. But power like this, what if it begins to change you?" Anakin pulled away, pacing. "I won't let that happen. But I have to finish this war. Dooku, Grievous, they must fall. Then we build something new, something better." His words hit her with terrifying clarity. Anakin wasn't just reacting to crisis. He wanted to shape what came next. Padme forced a smile, but worry clouded her heart. What future did he imagine? What role would the Jedi play, or the Senate, or her? Later that night, Padme watched Anakin sleep, his brow tense even in rest. She placed a hand over her stomach, feeling the weight of secrets he still didn't know. Their children, his children, would inherit this galaxy he was forging. Suddenly, the door chimed. A hooded figure stood outside, Obi-Wan Kenobi. His voice was low, serious. "Padme, we need to talk. It's about Anakin. And the decision she made next would change everything for them all forever." Anakin Skywalker stood inside the ruins of the Chancellor's office, overlooking the Senate district as dawn broke across Coruscant. Smoke from the night's chaos drifted upward, a reminder that even the death of the Sith Lord hadn't ended the turmoil. Every holonet report screamed the same truth. The Republic was collapsing under the weight of corruption and fear. The Jedi gathered behind him, exhausted and unsure. Masters debated how to rebuild, but every solution sounded like hesitation, compromise, more bureaucracy. Anakin's fist tightened. Sidious had manipulated everything. The Jedi's caution had allowed darkness to rise. The Senate's greed had fueled the war. And now civilian leaders frantically fought for control like scavengers over a dying beast. Master Windu would have acted. Anakin muttered to himself. He turned, addressing the council. "We can't return to politics as usual. The Senate is infected with self-interest. The Republic needs decisive guidance. Now." Yoda frowned. "Control seek you? Wary of such paths, the Jedi must be." Anakin stepped forward, eyes sharp of fire. "Not control. Direction. Protection. Balance." But to the council, the difference sounded dangerously thin. Obi-Wan tried to calm him. "Anakin, you've already done more than anyone. Let us move carefully." "Carefully?" Anakin snapped. "Care is why we almost lost everything. I won't let the galaxy fall again because leaders were too afraid to make hard choices." That night, Anakin ventured alone into the lower levels. He saw starving families, criminals ruling unchecked, clones uncertain of their purpose. He helped where he could, rescuing children from gang fights, stopping corrupt officers. But each act felt like treating a wound that kept reopening. The Force whispered possibilities. He felt it calling him to shape the future, not patch the present. "If not me, who?" he whispered. The next morning, Anakin stood before the Galaxy Holonet Congress. Without permission, without hesitation, he declared that until the war ended and a true reformation began, he would act as supreme protector of the Republic. Gasps echoed across the chamber as the Jedi and Senate stared, stunned. Some saw a savior, others saw a tyrant. But Anakin saw only his destiny. Far away, a surviving Sith apprentice watched the broadcast and smiled. Confusion and silence filled the Jedi Council chamber. Holograms of Anakin's announcement replayed in stunned quiet. Skywalker declaring himself supreme protector of the Republic, demanding unity under his command. It was not a suggestion. It was a takeover. The Council recognized the truth. The galaxy's greatest hero had bypassed him entirely. Mace Windu might have stopped him, but Mace was gone. Yoda sat with his cane gripped tightly. Victory over the Sith. Skywalker has. But balance twisted it has become. Obi-Wan stepped forward, torn between loyalty and alarm. He's hurting. He's afraid of losing everything again. We must reach him before this becomes oppression, Gaudy Mundi interrupted. He believes no one else can protect Padme. Obi-Wan continued. Fear is pushing him. The clones, free from secret Sith commands, now look to Anakin as their leader. Many ready to follow him without question. The Senate, fractured and terrified, saw his decisive actions as the only path to stability. Entire systems declared their allegiance overnight. Yet, not everyone was convinced. Master Shak Ti frowned at the rapidly shifting holonet. The line between order and control is razor thin, and he stands on the edge. Meanwhile, Anakin walked the halls of the temple he once revered. Jedi Knights saluted him out of respect, some out of fear. He could feel their doubt, their distrust. All my life, he thought bitterly, I begged them to believe in me. Now they kneel only because I forced the galaxy to listen. Padme confronted him in private, her eyes filled with love and deep worry. Anakin, this isn't you. You're acting like the very people you swore to stop. I'm saving lives, he insisted. The Jedi have failed. The Senate has failed. I'm doing what must be done. But at what cost? She whispered. He hesitated. For a moment, Anakin Skywalker seemed to return. Then the vision of Padme dying, his greatest terror, crushed the doubt. The Council called an emergency vote to stand with Skywalker or to stand against him. When the door sealed, only Obi-Wan looked truly heartbroken because he already knew the outcome. And somewhere in deep space, cloaked in shadows, Count Dooku received a message. The Sith can rise again.